Hello, YouTube viewers. Got out for another flight. This is after I had some prop damage. My exhaust nuts came loose, so finally got a prop and got a temporary gasket. I'll talk about here in a little bit. But got out for an evening flight, and there's Roger taking off. He had to clear some lines. Let's just play in. So the first, really got flights number, what is it, 50. 59, and 60 in this video. 58 was just a quick one in the evening, and then 59 here where I'm following Roger around, kind of going on our usual path. Roger's down playing low, and just enjoying some nice air. Air gets so much nicer as it gets close to sunset. I got my strobe. I'll be able to turn on later. It allowed us to go past the evening. Go past sunset by about, I think we would have passed about 10-15 minutes, but I think we can legally do it for 30. And there's no in-flight audio on this one. I'm having all sorts of electronic gadget problems. I forgot to turn on the Bluetooth backpack for my GoPro, so I'm sure I narrated quite a bit, made a few comments, a few woohoos, but I'm doing all this after the fact in the editing room. And you can see as the evening wore on, the air got even calmer and calmer. We got out away from any obstructions in rotor, and I started getting bolder and getting down low. No foot drags yet, but you'll see up here in a minute what I do, my first weed kick. That's what I would call it. I tried a few here, sticking down. Of course the weed was probably 6 foot tall, so I was probably 6 or 7 feet off the ground. But I did manage to kick one of them. Got excited or happy about that. It's the first baby step. And then we kind of go up to a park. It kind of tells us where to turn around. I don't know, it's 3-4 miles, maybe 5 miles from our launch site. Zoom around, there's almost nobody around in the park. Really beautiful views with the water and the sunset, and look like a cricket pitch there. They got set up. Here's Roger doing what I would call a rice field foot drag. I don't think that's a rice field, but a really shallow water foot drag. There's just an awesome view of the sunset. Man, I wasn't sure if I wanted to get a strobe, but the ability to fly through the sunset and 10 up to 30 minutes after, that is so well worth it. I know Kyle of Lee and Tucker and probably some others have talked about how nice that is, and man, I can't recommend it enough. Just great. So here we are headed back. We had a pretty good headwind going out and a nice tailwind coming back, and you see we got our dual runway situation set up here. I'm cleared to land on runway 30 right. Of course, if you want to land on runway 27 right, you just land a little earlier around the curve. So I think we got it all the way where you can go to runway 36 right or left. So come in for a landing, finish off the evening. Great flight, and check my exhaust gasket. Temporary exhaust gasket. Good news was it held real well. There was no signs of any leakage, so it's going to allow me to get out the next morning and do another flight. I must be the eager one because I seem to always be the first one here. Eager beaver, I guess. The young guy, or not the young guy, but I'm the newest. Most newly minted parabolic pilot. Got a little bit of a bumpy road to get in. Somebody's decided to dump their trash
Stay away from that in case there's any nails. Got out yesterday after getting my motor put back together. My motor was fine, but I needed an exhaust gasket, and the one I had ordered hadn't come in the mail yet. So what I did is I had some really thin copper sheeting, copper paper. I mean, it's like a little bit thicker than paper, but like a thick cardstock. I don't know the thickness of the material. But I took that and first made a template, watched some YouTube videos, made a template of the exhaust port off the cylinder as it goes right into the first bend on the exhaust pipes. And anyway, made a template out of paper, and then cut one out of copper, the copper sheeting, and put that on. It seems to be doing good. After my flight yesterday, ran it for an hour, a little bit more than an hour, I think. Didn't see any signs of leakage, so that's good. The question will be whether or not I just leave that in place since it's doing good, or do I put the exhaust gasket, the proper one that's made for it, on. Probably put the proper one on. Got the dual runways going.
And here's Roger taking off.
We're on? Okay, clear prop.
And you might notice all this video of this morning flight, there's smudges or scratches on the lens of the camera. It was a backup camera. My main camera I normally use was, the batteries were dead. I guess I didn't charge them overnight.
Run hard. Run hard.
Of course, there's the grunt I do every time. I never realize I'm doing it, but I guess the camera doesn't lie. And on this flight, looking at my camera, the backup camera, I couldn't tell if it was recording. The red light wasn't on initially, but it turns out it was recording. Oh well. Enjoy the ride.
Woo, doggy.
And this morning is probably one of the better mornings. Great air. I mean, it was really calm and still, so I managed to get really low. Like I said, I did my first weed kick the night before. Didn't actually touch the ground here. Boy, I sure could have on lots of it, and felt really good about it. But the ground wasn't conducive to it, at least, or I just never did it. And but man, I just had lots of low flying. I didn't follow Roger and try to get shots of him as much. It's more of just me cruising around, enjoying getting down really low.
Concentrating. This is fun. Concentrate on what you're doing. Look up. Don't look at the ground. Stock is nearly nil. Woohoo! Man, this is awesome.
Here I was kind of practicing turning, tried to stay down the middle of the road and go around a turn or two. Did alright. I'm sure I could be a little more aggressive and improve it, but baby steps again. Here's a little video speed up, video editing, make it look like I'm going faster.
This is just great.
Yeah, after this clip here, my backup camera's battery died, so this will be the end. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, subscribe, hit the like button, notification button, all that stuff. And yeah, it looks like when I do my first water foot drag, I'm gonna have to pick a spot like I just went over there where I got about an inch of water. So hey, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.